2006, and we are filming D.E. Turner's Hardware Store, historical site in downtown Mooresville. We're now inside D.E. Turner's. D.E. Turner's was built in 1899.
Irrigation system. Dang, said we're not even smart enough to work the irrigation system just at the time. But I thought myself that way.
You got ready to sign? Okay, let's see.
But every you stop here,
You didn't get gas there yet. You got about maybe right.
and I heard that now I'm working on that.
This is the back storage area to Turner Hardware.
But anyway, we're just really trying to preserve as much as we can because so much is lost. And when you try to
Vanguard Company is, I don't know, but it's his business.
I know his name was on there. And Ann Brown, I guess she was a Brawley, Ann Brawley Brown, is the chairman of our group. And then Al Cull
Yeah, I know how.
is
And
the
I may know
man who
him.
coordinates, who's coordinating the oral history. There's a lot of kids that want their parents.
Tell Tony I said hi.
Thank you, sir.
Letterings you're looking at right now are right in front of the front door. We believe that they were put in there and the day the store was built. So this was in 1946 this phone was used?
No, they were using before then, but they were using it when I came in.
Okay, so
I went to work in 46.
So you came to work here.
46. Yeah.
We noticed that there are no dial on this phone. There are the numbers 26, which means they picked up the phone, got an operator, and asked for the phone number, and they patched you through. And then they would call the company, put the order in, and then they would
this
ship.
operator here, 168 in Laurinburg, Indiana, and ordered a bug, and they sent it to you on train.
Now, were the buggies assembled or
In wooden crates.
wooden crates, just like today? Some assembly required.
Right.
And did the store put it together?
The store put them together and sold them just like they do lawnmowers now. So.
Okay, and we have some pictures. So you carried about 6 or 7 different models that they could have ordered. As you can tell by the prices here, they were rather reasonable. Of course, then you take into account cost of living and everything, things
Like,
have
don't
changed
put
a
your
lot.
stove up. Yeah. Let's see what you got.
This phone's still used today. The other one they had to discontinue use because it did not have a dial on it.
That's right.
This picture here was taken in 1910 out in front of the store. They had, all this was dirt. Everybody come down in wagons and buggies with horses. That's Mr. Turner. He's the one that had the store built in 1899. And this was his brother, came in business with him a couple years later. They ran the store until he passed away. And up here is a
You want to stop? He has a customer.
taken out front in can you hear me?
Yep.
1912, when they paved the highway, they called it the Salisbury to Asheville Highway. And these cars are mostly from Salisbury. They came to get gas out of this pump down here to go up towards Asheville. That was 1912 when they paved the road. Most of those cars were from Salisbury. And what else I want to tell you? This right here is a picture you got in your calendar of the first bridge across the Catawba River out of 150. They had that done in 1911. And the guy in the center there with the white shirt working here as a harness maker. And he charged people a nickel or dime to go across the bridge to get their money back. And the flood washed away in 1916, lasted 4 years. It cost, I think, $13,000. You got it in your calendar, same picture.
Right, yeah.
Okay. What else? Well, these other cowboys, you want to hear about them. And of course, this is our lighting system. It was put in after the store was built. And it's on the ceiling, like you see. We still use it every day. All on electricity we have in the store.
So you got the parallel wiring.
Yeah, that's call it knob and tubing. The store was made with hand tools. There wasn't no electricity when they made the store, so it was all done with hand tools. Now, I'm sure they ordered some of these showcases, but the structure, it's got a full basement. It's got this full level, this level here, from that door to this door. It's got a balcony up there. It's got a full upstairs.
So you got a upstairs above the ceiling here?
Yeah, the full upstairs. This 75 foot from this door to that door, everything you can see.
Was the upstairs used for storage or did it have a business use?
Well, back in the old days, put wagons together and buggies, brought them down on the elevator and put them outside and sold them.
Do you have a hand-powered?
Hand-powered elevator. Been there since over 100 years.
And does it still work today?
Still works.
But OSHA doesn't allow you to...
We don't use it because we don't need it.
Oh, okay.
We don't go up on the third floor no more hardly. We keep it locked, keep the children out. There's no lights up there and it's dark. It's just mostly old counters and stuff like that up there now. It's furniture and stuff like that.
You have a bird. Is there any significance of that big bird up there?
So that's an old chicken hawk. There's one over yonder too. Mr. Turner caught that back about 50 years ago for stealing his chickens and stuff. He's still over there. That's a red-tailed chicken hawk. See, it's against law to kill him anymore.
And you have a lot of antique stuff up on the
Well,
shelves
we used to
here.
sell all that stuff, and then usually somebody brought it back, there's something wrong with it, and we'd give them a new one for it and set it aside. We still sell sleds in the wintertime, radio fire toys in the summertime.
Yeah, we were down here just a few days ago and I ended up picking one up for our nephew.
Yeah, we sell a lot of radio fire stuff. We order directly from the factory.
Yeah, there aren't too many places around that carry them like this.
Well, it snows, we sell a lot of radio fire
Yep.
stuff. Radio fire sell year round. People buy them for birthdays and stuff like that. But any question you ask me, I know I'll take.
Now the business was, the building was built in,
1899.
okay, and you've been working here for how long?
I've been here since 46. I was 15-year-old, and I'm 75 in this December. The only job I ever had. And I was in service during the Korean War for 4 years. But other than that, I've been here full time.
You own the business here?
Oh, yeah. I couldn't, my age, I wouldn't work somebody that long. Me and my son run it. My wife's a bookkeeper. Danny's my son. He helps me every day. And, of course, my wife back there does the bookwork.
Mhm.
She works a couple hours in the evening to do my bookwork. We open every day but Sunday.
I was interested in the paints that you have back there. Do you still mix?
We used to mix it, but we don't make much anymore since we got a paint store here. We still sell a lot of cans already mixed, like if you're going to do a table or a chair or something like that, or swing. We got it, most of that's oil-based paint.
Did you get pictures of the paint machine?
No, I haven't yet.
And there's no machine back up a keeper nail. Like that man bought some staple ago. We
Right.
got it, you just turn around to whatever size you want, you just pick it out. We got both. See, behind all these counters of merchandise, all these open up here in the wall here,
Mm-hmm.
all these open up, stuff behind all of them. So here's my screws, see? We got stuff behind all these displays.
Now, the stuff on the outside of the displays don't tell you what's behind it.
No, I know everything.
You just got memorized.
Still sell the Red Ryder air rifle. They come out in 1938 with that.
Oh yeah, the
Still
Christmas
sell the Red
story.
Ryder.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's made in Roger, Arkansas by Daisy. Still got the ladders that roll to get stuff up high. Got a man makes these for me. I've sold over 300 of these. Sold one today. And I got a man brings the sourwood honey to me. And of course the old bottle Coca-Colas. Well, that's about it, I guess.
So you
Still a lot of cast iron.
cast ironware, yeah. We've noticed.
Tennessee. About the only American company making it anymore. There used to be one called Wagner, one called Griswold. Of course, that's a lot. The other two are gone. So that's a lot. They've been making that stuff since it was 1896. Scouts like it. Go out and use it.
So you carry all the stuff that people can't find anyplace else.
Well, we hear a lot of stuff. It's like that man, he couldn't go nowhere around here and get that stovepipe stuff. They sell a lot of old time stuff, old water cutters. They use them for parties and that. If you're going to have a party, put your ice and drinks in there.
Mm-hmm.
See, I got this one. Get to it, and then the ice and pour it out, and you got one there for a while.
So how long has this Coke machine been here?
Mom, how long we had that? 10 years or so?
Only 10? It's a newbie.
Maybe longer.
No, not that long, since we turned 100.
Well, that's been what, 7. We still sell the cast iron heater here. We sell him every winter. Made out of cast iron.
Mm-hmm.
Still sell those. Still sell homemade swings.
I've
Got
got
a man makes them from me. They are made out of red cedar.
I've got one of those.
Yeah, they're good.
Yep.
But this come out of the old bank building we used to own next door.
Mm-hmm.
When we sold it, we brought it over here, and the customers sit here waiting till I do something and get to it. People come in here and want a piece of metal. See, I sell this iron.
Oh, okay.
I cut them off a piece, short piece, to go home and weld or whatever. We got that. And we got a machine that threads the galvanized pipe. Right there. Sell a galvanized pipe.
Mm-hmm.
And we sell a little bag of ready-mix saturate. That's a truck we bought in 1972. We bought that right there behind you.
Mhm.
Bought that in 1972, brand new for $2,700. Still got it. We had to repaint. I had to repaint it and put that on. Give $2,700 for brand new. So 72 F-100 Ford.
Can't get a deal like that anymore.
I paid more than that to have it painted. Repainted. And we sell chains. People come here and want a chain by the foot. They just pull out the size they want, cut it right here. We got different size chains.
Oh, that's your chain cutter there?
Mm-hmm. Well, that and the iron cutter.
Oh. Talk about some leverage.
You got it. It was old when I came here in '46, and still good. Still use it. Use it today. Cut a piece of metal for man. So that's about all I know of. It's different.
You got a lot of odds and ends back here on these shelves.
Oh yeah, that used to be farm machinery. We had some. We used to sell Ontario wheat drills. Farmers bought. There's no farmers no more in this area, so we sit here.
These are the stoves that you're showing inside that are
Yeah.
crated up,
Yeah.
ready to go. Imagine that box would weigh a little bit.
You can't pick. One person can't pick it up.
Okay, huh?
Still sell some sleds.
Yeah, those are-
electrical power sleds. Full of snow.
I remember those when I was a kid.
Oh, they've been around for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Now this part of the store was added in the early 40s from this door out. Back, I think right before World War II.
So this was the back door right here.
That was a back door, and they added this 2 warehouses in the early 40s, which is about 60 years ago.
Now the
Old time, yeah, that's old. It's been here probably 80, 90 years.
you still use that?
Unload trucks, yeah. That and this.
Got a couple of them there. One looks a little bit more worn than the other.
Well, it probably is. I've been using them a long time. Bring freight in. Usually they bring freight in. We get freight every Wednesday.
What are the crates over here?
See, we're not air conditioned here.
Mhm.
It's real hot. I bring them over here and blow air through the store.
Oh, okay.
They told us, well, they like blowers off the furnace.
I got you.
Homemade. And when it snows, I sell the rock salt. Put on your steps and drive people.
A lot of places you go, you can't get it. Now the notice you've got, was that a paint?
Paint shakers. See,
Yeah.
this one we started with, and it broke, and then we bought this one, it's still working, and we bought this one here. Shakes up the paint. But this used to be the back of the store, back before the 40s.
Okay, and this is the original door.
Original door. We still sell nails like this, like that thing here, you saw it.
Okay, that's the
That's where you,
nail bin.
nail bend, yeah, you can turn around and get whatever nail you want.
Put it on a scale in a bag.
Put in scale and bag it up. Just turn around to whatever size you want. That thing's been here a long time.
Yeah, like they pull the drawers out of it too.
Yeah, this is real old, back here. You can put a lot of bolts in a little cabinet like this.
Oh yeah.
You just pull around and say you want a 3/8 by 2, just pull it out and get one you want. And you go around here to your 5/16 size and do the same thing.
Well, that's
And
got to
you
weigh a
go
lot.
around- Go around to the 1/4 size and do the same thing. Got different size in them.
Has the chicken always been on top?
Well, that came with a display one time with, we sold needles and threads, you know, sewing machine. So that came with a display. We just kept it up there. It ain't nothing but a piece of chalk, but a lot of people like it. Here's the cash register we started the hardware with there. Back in those days, everybody that worked here had their own drawer. You put it on your drawer and get your change out and all that stuff. It locked up about 40 years ago. We just keep it for display.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, how you doing?
on the sidewalk project.
This is the elevator that he talked about earlier. It's hand cranked. Pull the rope and take it up. There's the runners up into the ceiling. There's some more old storage areas. Nooks and crannies all over the place with stuff, which he probably knows where everything's at. It's like extra wheels and stuff for scooters and tricycles. Nuts, bolts, connectors. plumbing supplies.
This is my computer.
This is your computer, huh? This is the lady that makes sure the business is running. Make sure all the pluses and minuses somewhat add up.
Somewhat.
And you're related how to this business?
Well, if we stay together till December the 8th, I've been his wife for 50 years.
That's a long time. And how long have you been married to this business?
Well, 50 years.
50 years also, huh?
Me. Him 60, me 50.
Oh, wow. Another one of the ladders that runs on a roller. Allows them to get to the upper shelves. See, it runs all the way down and back so he can get up to all the shelves where it has all these materials and supplies that he sells. Replacements, oils, pressure cookers, potato, French fry cutters, all that stuff you can't find anyplace else. Some more of the oils, hurricane lamps,
You think I'd scare them off?
and pressure cookers for canning.
Whole nother project. It's a Jag gift.
It's called base paint, and you pick out the color you want, and you put it under here, and you have maybe a squirt of this and 2 squirts of this, and it mixes it. Then you put it on the machine and shake it up, and you had your color. Just like
Right.
now, you go out here to Lowe's and other place do the same thing.
Right.
Is it liquid or powder?
This was liquid. We used to carry powder, and they quit making that, so it went to the liquid. So
Right, 'cause
we
we-
just don't make it. It was too
we-
much trouble, and everybody got paint. You make maybe $1 a gallon. It ain't worth it.
Yeah. Well, we used to come in here when you had the powders.
Yeah, we used to
Paints in
dump the
here.
powder. You say you want a quart, you get the quart side and dump it in there and shake it up on the machine.
Right.
That's it.
Yep. Things are always changing.
But not for the best.
Not always.
A lot of change for the worse.
Yes. We talked to a lot of people, and a lot of people said the best times were like in the 50s.
I think I lived in one of the best times.
And that was
Yeah.
in the
Well, I lived in, since 31, it wasn't so good, but during 60s and 70s and 80s, all good years.
Mm-hmm.
Now the world is too confused, or whatever you want to call it.
Just too much going on.
Too much going on locally and everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'd like to thank you, Mr. Moore. We've been with Mr. Jack Moore at the D. Turner Hardware Store. This is Wednesday, September 20th, 2006. And Mr. Moore, we thank you so much for letting us come in and
Appreciate
film
you
your
coming
store.
in. Come by anytime, see us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Like come here, they come in.
Here's a write-up that they had in Southern Living about the D.E. Turner Hardware Store.